Bueno, vamos a aprovechar esta mañana de Navidad para seguir un ratillo con Touché, las aventuras del Quinto Mosquetero. A ver.
So this is Rouen. This is where my adventure begins. What challenges await me? What glory?
What are you going on about out there? Uh...
No lo pilla. Está pillando la ventana del scam, pero la del juego no. Ahora.
So this is Rouen. This is where my adventure begins. What challenges await me? What glory?
What are you going on about out there?
I don't think that will work.
Here, what do you think you're playing at?
Pick up that dagger, will you, Henri?
What wonderful blue eyes she has. She has some nice furniture about the place.
I hope you're not going to go through my drawers.
The thought never crossed my mind, fair lady.
A ver, aquí hay que tener cuidado porque aquí es donde me dejé un ítem. Que si no recuese, esto era el pañuelo.
It smells of Juliet's perfume.
What are you doing over there, my gallant soldier?
I will take this as a memento.
What are you doing over there, monsieur? I trust you have not taken anything which does not belong to you.
Who, me? I would not dream of it. Nice chest.
Flatterer?
Please leave it alone.
There's a card attached. It says, yours passionately, D'Artagnan.
Wasn't that sweet of him?
You like roses?
Sometimes.
What a charming bed. Did you embroider this cover?
I hope you aren't getting any ideas.
Actually, I'm feeling quite sleepy.
What? You have to be joking. Go on, get out of here.
No, I only meant...
Go on, get out. Don't come back until you can show more respect.
Ya espera.
And mind how you land. This is not the right way to woo me, monsieur.
I think I just broke something.
Espero no haberme dejado nada más. fío. A ver.
I can't just leave him there. Actually, it looks a bit heavy. You take him.
Me? Oh, very well.
Bueno, verdad, el capitán nos había dicho que lo recogiéramos. Otra cosa es dónde lo lleva.
What on earth are you doing?
I'm putting him in my sack, Master. I didn't think you'd want to be seen carrying a body round the streets.
Good grief.
No me acuerdo si se podía acceder al inventario de...
I could murder an ale right now.
And I could be your accomplice.
Ya, sí, inventario.
What's that noise?
It's my stomach rumbling. Can't we stop for lunch?
Open up that sack, Henri. I want to see what we've got.
Sí, lo llevo aquí. Vale.
Here, what do you think you're playing at?
Pick up that dagger, will you, Henri?
Oh,
I will take this as a memento.
what are you doing over there, monsieur? I trust you have not taken anything which does not belong to you.
Who, me? I would not dream of it.
I trust you have not taken anything which does not belong to you.
But, my love, I wanted your smell forever.
Maybe the print of my hand on your cheek will do.
It's an extremely fine mirror indeed.
Thank you. Would you please ignore the furniture and pay attention to me?
Juliet, I must talk to you.
I am listening, my brave musketeer.
Who lives here with you?
My papa, Monsieur Renaud. My sister Nicole at the room upstairs, but she has moved to Paris.
Who brought you the flowers?
D'Artagnan. He is a soldier in your company.
Do you love D'Artagnan?
My father says he is a fine soldier, but I prefer a man who is younger,
That's me.
braver,
Me again.
and more stupid.
Strike three. Hey, wait a minute. Sweet Juliet, I must tell you something. I can hide my feelings no longer.
You've been hiding them?
How do you feel about me?
Why, everyone knows about you,
Chef Roy!
I knew that. Anyway, as soon as you have made more of a name for yourself, I'll be delighted to continue our little chat.
You like flowers?
Why, yes, orchids are my particular favorite.
Sweet Rose of Rouen, when might I taste those rosy lips?
When I am satisfied that you love me truly,
How do I do that?
by reciting a poem written in my honor.
A poem? What sort of poems do you like?
The type of poem that would immortalize my name, like Ellen of Troy or Venus or what's the name of that silly girl in the Shakespeare play?
I don't know. Can't stand English drama. All those subtitles.
Anyway, don't you think there is something special about me that should be immortalized in verse?
Well,
I shall be waiting to hear how I inspire you.
ouch! I'm looking sharp.
Yes, you are most handsome and...
Don't interrupt, babe. Now, where was I? Do you think this uniform looks a little old? I've had it 3 weeks.
what a nerd.
She has some nice furniture about the place.
I hope you're not going to go through my drawers.
The thought never crossed my mind, fair lady. There's a card attached. It says, yours forever, D'Artagnan.
He's such a dear.
Because he gives you irises.
Well, he could do better.
You have a fine view of the Oh, stables. It must be a wonderful sight on a warm summer night.
This tower is part of the old walls of the city. That's why the windows are so narrow.
How interesting. Henri, put that horse back at once.
I thought we might need to make a quick getaway, Master.
You'll get us arrested.
I'm not the one skulking around in a lady's bedroom, Master.
What are you doing?
I just thought I'd see what was down here.
Are you crazy? Papa is down there. If he hears you...
Your father is asleep.
Yes, but we must still be quiet, lest he wakes.
Your father is asleep.
Yes, but we must still be quiet, lest he wakes.
A fine piece of provincial craftsmanship.
What are you doing? You can't stay here. Papa will be furious.
Mind if I take a rest? It's been a long day.
This isn't a public sitting room, you know.
That looks very comfortable. Juliet, I must talk to you.
I am listening, my brave musketeer.
Let us talk later.
Of course, Geoffroy.
Fair Juliet, I must leave you now.
At last. I mean, why so soon?
'Twould be unseemly if I were to stay too long. Above all else, a gentleman must have class and dignity. Farewell.
Another gallant soldier has fallen for me. Don't forget me, monsieur. I'll be waiting for you to return.
I think I just broke something. Cooey! Is anyone home?
I don't know how women resist you.
Shut up out there!
She obviously can't hear me.
Espero que esto no me haya fastidiado también. Que sea un culo de saco de esto. Callejón sin salida, el hecho de que él le dijera lo del cadáver y saliera huyendo. Y ya no salga al balcón.
It wouldn't do any harm to go to church once in a while.
Well, the wine's okay, but I've never really cared for those little biscuits.
Ah, what a beautiful building. It never fails to inspire me.
It's okay as cathedrals go, but why are we wasting time round here? Shouldn't you be doing some hero stuff by now?
Yes.
Father, a man has been killed in the street, outside the tavern.
His name is William de Purple, and we have his body here.
Ah, please will you take care of the body till our renovations are completed?
Thank you for your time, Father.
You are welcome, my son.
Vale, no tendré que a lo mejor llevar el cadáver encima.
Aha! Back at the tavern. To think you thought I needed a guide.
Hard to believe I was so foolish, isn't it?
Good day, monsieur.
Are we leaving Rouen, Master? Only I haven't packed.
We don't own anything to pack, Henri. I reckon they'd be useful if you had to handle something hot.
Perhaps you could try them on Juliet.
That will be 2 francs.
I'm sorry?
2 francs. Or did you think you could just take them?
Who, me? Course not. The only problem is, I seem to be a bit short of cash.
2 francs. Or Manuel will be very angry with you.
Yeah. Well, in that case...
Henri, give the man 2 francs.
Me? Money?
I know you've got at least 1 gold piece. Give him the money.
I'm sure there's something wrong here.
I guess they're what make the forge work.
And I'm what makes the bellows work.
Recuerdo mal, aquí había que coger otra cosa, pero no me acuerdo.
What's that doing up there?
It's a good luck charm. Wards off evil spirits.
Give me a break.
Don't mock what you can't understand, Master. Which in your case translates as don't mock.
It's a load of old... Ow!
Ah, looks like you could use some good luck. Take it.
We'll never get rich at this rate, Charles.
It's still got the nails in it. I don't think that will work.
Con eso era todo.
A hammer. It's a very old ladder.
It must be. Otherwise, why would they have left it here?
You must be joking. It can't hurt to take a peek. 1,000 pardons, Mamselle. Bath time.
You disgusting pervert! Get away from our window!
Is anyone at home?
Be quiet out there.
I thought this was supposed to be a quiet neighborhood.
We're closed for stock taking. Go away.
It says Monsieur Cutter, Tailors. I wonder if I can afford anything in here.
I wonder if you can afford to pay your manservant.
Good morning, monsieur. Can I help you?
He looks prosperous. Business must be booming. I would like a word with you, tailor.
How can I help you, monsieur?
Do all the musketeers come here for their uniforms?
But of course, I am the best tailor in all France.
I'm interested in a new pair of boots.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I have no spare boots that I could sell you.
I'd like to buy a new hat.
Of course, monsieur. I have some hats in the window that would suit you perfectly.
I hope they come in extra large.
What do you think, monsieur?
I like this hat. How much is it?
Well, as it's you, shall we say 75 francs?
75 francs? Are you crazy? Master, it's the same as the hat you've got.
No, I think I'll leave it for now, tailor.
I quite understand. Perhaps I can interest you in something else.
I'd really like a new uniform.
I think we have something in your size.
That's lucky. I thought we were going to have to find a tent maker.
Would you like to try something on, sir?
Sure, I'll try anything.
That doesn't involve hard work.
Walk this way, sir.
Not bad, Master. Now, can you walk this way?
Stop fooling about, Henri.
Try that one on, monsieur.
Love those arms, soldier.
It could have been made for you.
Or any other overweight musketeer.
I would like to have a uniform like this.
You would be the envy of all Rouen, monsieur. Should I wrap it? Or will you cause women to faint immediately you step outside?
No, it's no good. Traveling with Henri would ruin this.
That could ruin my reputation as well.
Not bad.
Some other time, perhaps. In the meantime, can I interest you in something else?
I'd like to buy a cloak.
Of course, sir. I have the very one for you. Oh, it's you! And a bargain at 1,000 francs.
What? You must be joking. Who would pay that much for a cloak?
I'm a gentleman of taste, sir.
Ah. Anyway, I can't afford it.
Exactly.
Perhaps we can haggle.
Well, I could knock off 50 francs.
How generous. Give me 950 francs, Master, and I'll knock off a dozen cloaks.
Henri! I'm afraid that's still too rich for me, Monsieur Cutter.
I understand. Perhaps I can show you something else.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ensign Geoffroy Lebrun of His Majesty's Musketeers.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I think that's all the business I wish to do today.
Oh well, perhaps some other time. Can I help you?
What have you got back there? Anything special?
Nothing that would interest you. Just cloth, pins, and shears.
They both look sturdy. Well, I don't suppose he'll miss this.
Locked.
Excuse me, monsieur. Those are private rooms. All my stock is on display in here.
I look pretty sharp.
Indeed. Though if I might make a small suggestion, you could try losing some excess fat.
Perhaps I should sack Henri.
And a smart cloak would be a wise investment.
Be honest, Monsieur Cutter. Do you think my image needs to change direction?
I'm sure of it, Henri. It should start by turning around and leaving my shop.
Henri, stop standing around. You're making the place look untidy.
Very funny, Master.
Can I show you anything in your size, sir?
Do you have any elephants?
Touché, Henri. What do you think, Henri? Am I not a fine figure of a man?
Actually, Master, I was just wondering if the mannequin wouldn't make a fine musketeer. It has all the right qualities.
I can see that you are a man of discerning taste, sir. Are you interested in purchasing a new uniform?
Do all the musketeers come here for their uniforms?
But of course, I am the best tailor in all France.
I think that's all the business I wish to do today.
Oh well, perhaps some other time. Oh, do please come again. A few more visits and I'll be able to retire.
You can't make a sale every time.
I don't want people thinking this is a charity shop.
Cheek.
Riff-raff.
What a fine establishment.
I'm surprised we got out so quickly, Master.
me down!
I'd better help him before indulging in idle chit-chat. Let's go back to town, Henri. A ladder. Could be useful.
And they're so portable too.
It's a very old ladder.
It must be. Otherwise, why would they have left it here?
It's a very old ladder.
It must be. Otherwise, why would they have left it here?
You must be joking.
This thing just needs a little repair. Oops.
You've broken it.
Well, only a bit. Perhaps it can be fixed. We'll hang on to this in case it comes in useful.
A 10-foot pole. I can see where it will be very handy, as well as being convenient to carry.
Lots of unusable bits.
Get me down!
That won't work. I don't think that will work. I don't think that will work.
Miraba el resto de inventarios. Aquí, clic justo en el borde.
It's locked. I'd better help him before indulging in idle chit-chat. I don't think that will work. Let's go back to town, Henri.
It wouldn't do any harm to go to church once in a while.
Well, the wine's okay, but I've never really cared for those little biscuits.
Ah, what a beautiful building! It never fails to inspire me.
It's okay as cathedrals go, but why are we wasting time round here? Shouldn't you be doing some hero stuff by now?
I wonder what this place sells.
Good day to you, my lord. How can I serve you?
I want to buy one of these models. How much for one of these?
Just 1 franc, my lord.
I'll take it.
I'll take one of these for my sister.
No thanks, Henri. I want cash or it's no deal.
On second thoughts, you can keep it.
It's tasteless, but cheap.
Bueno.
Haha! Back at the tavern. To think you thought I needed a guide.
Hard to believe I was so foolish, isn't it?
Good day, monsieur.
Are we leaving Rouen, master? Only I hadn't packed.
We don't own anything to pack, Henri. Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Just a moment, monsieur. Of course, monsieur.
Thank you for your help, Smith.
You're welcome, monsieur.
Well, I'm about ready to leave Rouen.
I hate travelling.
Would you prefer to be left behind?
Well, yes, if you're going to walk all the way.
Ah, yes.
Perhaps the blacksmith can help us.
Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Just a moment, monsieur. Of course, monsieur.
When is the next coach?
They're leaving all the time, sir.
Nobody can afford a private horse these days.
How much is the coach?
2 francs, monsieur.
Actually, I'm a bit short at the moment,
You can talk.
Yes.
but I presume I can charge it to the regiment.
All the rest of them do, sir.
I'd like a coach ticket.
Do I have to pay for Henri?
You will, eventually.
Be quiet, Manuel. No, monsieur, he can ride on top. Now you must hurry. The coach is about to leave.
The station is down the road, just outside town.
So, where are we going, master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
Parece que habían visto ir a este hombre. ¿A Quentin o a París? Pues fue a San Quintín.
We're going to San Quentin?
Yes.
En carruaje van andando.
It's getting late. We'd better stop soon.
And would you believe a Jolie eater?
Come on, Henri. What kept you?
I was just talking to the coachman. When do we eat?
But you ate all my food on the coach.
I'm sorry, but it's a long journey, and I get so hungry.
That you resort to stealing. I know.
Master, what if the man in the blue cape is here?
I expect he is on the road ahead of us, Henri, but we'll have a look around anyway. It says Paris 457 miles, Rouen 348 miles.
That far? No wonder I have a pain in my...
Henri! It says the Coach and Three, formerly known as the Dead Horse, a Jolie Eater Traveller's Inn. Ugh!
Found the outhouse, have we, master?
It looks like they have plenty of rooms.
Wonderful. I bet I get to sleep outside his door again.
It doesn't look too busy. Come on, let's go in. Come on, Henri. It's not often you're slow to get to a meal.
It's been so long since we last ate, master, that I have almost forgotten what to do.
Innkeeper, I'm looking for a man who may have travelled this way.
Many travelers come through here.
You'll have to be more specific, master.
He was wearing a blue cape.
That should clinch it, master.
I'm sorry, but I don't remember him.
And after such a detailed description, too.
Of course, there was that one guy who paid me a Spanish silver coin to have his blue cape cleaned. It had a blood stain on it.
That's him! Where did he go?
I'm sorry, monsieur, but I can't help you. I did not see him leave.
Let's see what they have here.
I'll just stand over here, master, ready to take any objects you can't carry. Bottles of wine, ale tankards, anything like that.
Barrels! Amazing! I was just thinking,
A novelty which is bound to help in the long run.
What if one of these is empty and the guy we are after is hiding inside?
Good point, Master. And I have a cunning plan to see if you're right. Let's order a drink from each of the barrels. Or perhaps 2 from each, just to be sure.
Good plan, Henri.
Better than you know, Master.
Henri, check out that priest, will you? I'll wait here by the bar.
Morning, Father.
Good day.
Did you see all the food on his table?
I'm glad I didn't have to pay his bill.
You seem to be happy avoiding spending money at all.
I was wondering if you could help me.
We'd like to help, but we don't talk too well with dry throats. Isn't that right, boys?
Oh, aye, that's right.
Now, whose round is it?
Jacques.
Actually, I've had enough for now.
Farmers, would you say?
Shepherds. Crooks, the lot of them.
Eh?
I saw them outside in the porch. The shepherds use them to steer the sheep.
I might go and have a word. I've always been good with common people. After all, I keep ornery. Excuse me?
Please do not address my maid, sir. If you have something to say, please talk to me.
I am most sorry to trouble you, dear lady, but I need to ask you a few questions. Officially, of course.
How could I resist such a request? What can I tell you, my little musketeer?
What brings a lady of such nobility to this humble, jolly eater traveller's inn?
I am travelling in search of a husband.
I was drawn across the room by your beauty.
You are too presumptuous, sir.
Yeah, push off and take your fat friend with ya.
I am most sorry to trouble you, dear lady, but I need to ask you a few questions. Officially, of course.
How could I resist such a request? What can I tell you, my little musketeer?
I'm looking for a man.
Aren't we all?
Who committed a terrible crime in Rouen. All I know of him is that he wears a blue cloak. Have you seen such a man?
A blue cloak? Satin or silk?
I don't know.
Italian? Spanish?
We didn't hear him speak.
Not the man, the cloak, silly.
I have no idea.
I am afraid, monsieur, that I cannot help you. That I cannot help you find your quarry.
If you will excuse me, my lady, much though I am enjoying our conversation, I regret I must continue with my quest.
Really? How disappointing. I don't think.
Good day, Father. I am Ensign Geoffroy. What is your name?
Father Ave.
Pardon me.
Father Ave.
What are you doing?
I don't know. The priest just told me to stand farther away.
That cheese net. Oh, never mind.
Excuse me, Father. I'm Ensign Geoffroy.
And I am Father Ave.
Well, you are now.
I haven't really got time to talk to you now, as I have to go to Rouen Cathedral too soon. In fact, I don't want to go at all. I'd rather stay here.
I was wondering if you could help me.
Perhaps, but not just now.
Wow! Look at all the food that priest is eating. It's making me feel quite ill.
Those stairs must lead upstairs.
Quite brilliant, Master. How do you work these things out?
To the guest rooms.
Tired already? It's all that thinking.
Where are we going?
We are going to bed.
You must pay for the room before you go to bed.
You're not a local man, are you?
I'm tired.
If you want a room, it will cost you 2 francs in advance.
Fine. Send my bill to Captain Plainforce in Rouen.
You soldiers, never any money.
You're telling me. Master, why are we up so early?
We have to make an early start if we're going to catch our man. Now come on! Innkeeper, I'm looking for a man who may have travelled this way.
Like I told you, there was that one guy who paid me a Spanish silver coin to have his blue cape cleaned. It had a blood stain on it.
That's him! Where did he go?
I'm sorry, monsieur, but I can't help you. I did not see him leave.
I haven't really got time to talk to you now, as I have to go to Rouen Cathedral soon. Too soon. In fact, I don't want to go at all. I'd rather stay here.
I was wondering if you could help me.
Perhaps, but not just now.
Father, I'd like you to have this.
I don't think so, my son. Now, if you'll excuse me.
This notice is to inform all worshippers that Rouen Cathedral will be open as normal by December 1st following the recent renovations. Father, I think you should look at this.
What does this say?
It's about the cathedral at Rouen. It's closed for renovations, but will be open again soon.
I see. Well, in that case, I've no need to hurry there. I can stay and have a little more to eat. Thank you, my son. So, my son, what can I do for you?
Enjoying your meal, Father?
It's possible. It's a pity they skimp on the portions, though.
Do you come here often, Father?
A fine line to use with a priest.
I visit this inn regularly, my son. I like to stay for a few days to sample the cuisine.
Good. Then perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for a man who may be involved in a murder.
My goodness. What did this rogue look like?
The man we are looking for wore a blue cape. He was seen leaving Rouen after the murder of a nobleman, and I'm sure that he came this way.
Yes, I remember a man dressed like that. A most disagreeable fellow.
Is he still here?
No, he just had one meal and left, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid of the meals here too.
What did he have to eat?
I'm not sure. They have so little choice here. But I think he had the lamb.
Master, do we have to talk about food? I feel quite unwell.
That's it. I remember now. Your man was riding east with a message for someone. He had the lamb stew, and it made him sick. I told him to find a doctor or a monastery. I couldn't recommend any near here. They've all run out of good food and wine. So he said he would look in Amiens.
Thank you, Father. You've been a great help. Open up that sack, Henri. I want to see what we've got. Open up that sack, Henri. I want to see what we've got. Well, I'm ready to go, Henri.
I hate it when he gets all active. It makes me feel quite exhausted.
Come on, Henri. We have a long ride ahead.
How exciting, Master.
Come on, Henri, we're leaving.
So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
We are going to Amiens.
Yes, Amiens. Here we are, Henri. Amiens.
I'm thrilled, Master.
Es el mismo, ¿no?
These blacksmiths all look alike to me.
I know. It's just like they're all out of the same forge.
Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Of course, monsieur.
Are you any relation to the blacksmith in Rouen?
Why, yes. We're distant cousins.
I'm beginning to see a pattern here. Would you tell me your name?
My name is Raoul Cole, monsieur.
I'm looking to find out if any strangers have come to town recently.
There have been a few. Is there one in particular?
I'm looking for a man in a blue cape. I'm told he came to Amiens a few days ago.
I believe you're right. There was such a man. In fact, his horse is still in my stables.
Aha! Hear that, Henri? He's still in Amiens. Where might I find this man?
I can't help you there.
That will be all.
Certainly.
What's in here?
Horse liniment. Great for all kinds of ailments and agues. Fends the cold off at night and keeps horseflies away. Want me to make you up a bottle?
Yuck!
Curiosity killed the cat, Master.
And then buried it in this pot. I'd like some of this stuff.
You would?
We would?
But you haven't got a horse.
No, but I've got Henri.
Well, alright then. He looks as if he needs it.
Mon Dieu, this stuff pongs.
I could do with some good luck.
I didn't think you believed in such things.
I see you make tools, monsieur.
Yes. Can I sell you anything?
I'll think about it. Come on, Henri. Let's take a look around.
I'm with you, Master.
Well, Henri, this is Amiens.
I know. I read the sign.
Raoul Cole. He's always on duty.
Neat slogan.
Any relation to the Rouen blacksmith, do you suppose?
Could be.
It's a barrel.
They must fascinate you.
What was that?
Nothing, Master.
That sign is quite offensive. That sign is quite offensive. Let me just clear off some of this muck. Still can't see a thing. Henri, clean the window.
Eh? Why?
I want to look inside.
Well, I'll tell you for nothing. In my professional experience, as window cleaner at the Scalded Pig, you'll not get that window any cleaner.
It would be easier to see through here if there were no window at all.
You see? You don't want me at all. You want a carpenter.
I can't hear anything. Can anyone hear me in there? No reply.
I never knew anyone knock on a tavern door before I met you.
They must be closed.
What's going on? We're not in England, you know.
It's closed. I wonder if they have any rooms to rent.
I do hope not.
It says this shop is a bootmaker's. Come on, Henri. Let's see what this place is.
You could just look at the sign, you know.
Good morning, monsieur. Can I help you?
He looks prosperous. Business must be booming. Why are there all these discarded sandals?
The monks next door get through them very quickly and leave their old ones here. I keep meaning to fix them, but I never get around to it.
He looks prosperous. Business must be booming. It's lots of broken sandals. Could I have some of these?
Of course, take them. They are no use to me.
Cheap workmanship. Well, my seamsmanship's not up to much. That's better. But the needle's blunt now. They're slightly better. What fine goods he sells.
Why are there all these discarded sandals?
The monks next door get through them very quickly and leave their old ones here. I keep meaning to fix them, but I never get around to it. I'm sorry, I have no use for that.
A mirror! Just what I need. Keep your eye on the door, Henri, in case you can see our man.
Wouldn't it be easier if I looked out of the window?
Okay, I think we're done in here.
Feel free to wander in and out. It's always nice to receive visitors.
Come on, Henri.
Nice boy. Shame about his master.
Looks like we just walk in.
Pardon me, brother, but perhaps you could help me.
If I can, monsieur, of course.
I'm looking for a man, a traveller, wearing a blue cloak. We know he came to Amiens.
We have many travelers passing this way, and blue cloaks are common. I don't think I can help you.
One more thing. The man I seek may have been ill.
Ah, then you must speak to Brother Leleuve. He looks after the sick.
Which one is he?
I don't know. We all look alike to me.
Pardon me. Would you be Brother Leleuve?
That's right. What do you want?
Brother Leleuve, I'm looking for a man who may be staying here. He wears a blue cloak.
Many of the travelers staying here wear such cloaks. It seems to be the fashion this year.
Did anyone arrive recently complaining of food poisoning?
If they had food poisoning, they complained of it. That's all our sick guests ever do. Frankly, it gets me down. Now, if you'll excuse me.
He wasn't much help.
Was he telling the truth?
Yes. I believe in brotherly love.
It's just a shame he doesn't.
These feel extremely rough. They must be very uncomfortable to wear.
Not like all the decent clothes we have, eh, Master?
Maybe I need a disguise.
What are you doing, Master? I hope he's not getting into any bad habits. Excuse me, brother. Have you seen...
No, Henri, it's me!
An amazing disguise, Master. Now what?
This looks like where they do the laundry. It's a bar of soap. This soap might be useful later.
You'd better not be thinking what I think you're thinking.
Brother, come away from that door. The gentleman inside is our guest, and he is ill and needs rest.
Food poisoning, is it?
Indeed. Brother, leave that man alone. He has been very ill since he arrived.
What's wrong with him?
It must be something he ate. I'm sorry, brother. Have you not been told? That gentleman is only to be disturbed at meal times.
Oh, right. My mistake. Brother? He looks in a bad mood. Brother Leleuve.
You again? Look, I don't have time for your questions. I'm a very busy man.
I don't think that will work.
Notice anything distinctive about that monk, Henri?
No.
Notice anything distinctive about that monk, Henri?
No.
No. Me neither. It's very peaceful.
Don't be fooled, master. It's a trap.
Monsieur. Monsieur, really, I hardly think that. Disguising yourself as a monk is behavior befitting a musketeer.
Rats! What gave me away?
The beard was a small clue, and you have no cross around your neck. But no monk would wear boots like those.
I knew it! They're out of fashion, aren't they?
Please, good sir, our services are private. Now go and remove that habit at once.
It's very itchy.
I don't think that will work. I don't think that will work.
Cosas, pero bueno, esto no me preocupa porque aquí en principio puedo entrar cuando quiera. Lo malo son lugares eso, como la torre o la posada.
Are we leaving, master?
Yes, come on. I'd better put the habit back first. Borrowing's one thing, but stealing...
What a terrible area!
Urban squalor, the curse of the 16th century.
Henri, I have a cunning plan to flush out our man.
This should be good.
Excuse me, are there any murderers in hiding round here?
Is there one in particular you're after?
I can't believe that didn't work. Where are you going, Master?
That building looks just like the kind of place where a wanted felon might hide.
In my experience, Master, if you wander into that part of town, you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone who isn't a wanted felon. Master, hey, wait for me! I wish I'd known we were leaving. I would have made up a picnic basket.
Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
Call again anytime.
I don't know how we'll keep away. So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
Ah, no, la posada también se queda en el mapa. Vale.
We're going to San Quentin?
Yes. These stables look familiar. Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Of course, monsieur.
When does the coach leave?
Any moment now.
He looks vaguely familiar.
A big sweaty guy with a hammer. You know, he reminds me of a blacksmith.
Hey, leave those alone. They're the only ones I have.
Why don't you make some more?
Are you kidding? With the price of irons these days?
It doesn't look like this guy can afford anyone to pump his bellows.
You needn't think I'm volunteering.
I'd like your bucket.
Well, hard luck. How can I run my business without a bucket?
How much worse can it get?
When was the last time you used that bucket?
It's hard to say. What month is this?
I could do with some good luck.
I don't think it will work, Master.
What makes you say that, Henri?
You've just landed in a pile of horse dew.
Come on. Well, Henri, here we are, St. Quentin. Nice looking house. Nice looking house. It's a fine, sturdy bridge. Now, why would I want to do that? The road stretches off into the distance towards Burgundy and the Spanish Netherlands, places that are full of Protestant rebels.
We can go no further this way.
He wears the king's uniform. Excuse me?
I don't have time to chat, mate. What about somebody else?
He wears the king's uniform. He wears the king's uniform. Hey, excuse me?
Don't talk to me, mate. Talk to the corporal.
Which one's the corporal?
You're a soldier. Can't you tell?
Can I?
I told you before. Talk to the corporal.
A fine-looking hostelry. I'm getting a thirst just looking at it. Excuse me?
Can't hear you, mate. I've got this ringing in me ears.
I see. It says, The Spotted Cow, a beefeater restaurant pub. What's this, lads? Having a picnic?
Get lost, Musketeer.
I see the army is just one big happy family, Master.
Hold it right there, monsieur. This tavern is off limits, especially to musketeers.
We'll see about that. I wonder how deep this river is. Excuse me?
Can't hear you, mate. I've got this ringing in me ears.
I see.
15 kilos mine weighed, and they only gave me second prize, because it was a bit green.
A soldier. Looks like a new recruit. Excuse me?
Not now, mate, I'm thinking. "16 feet tall it was. Hold it right there, monsieur.
Yeah? Mine only reached 4 feet.
This tavern is off limits. Must be the water, especially to musketeers.
We'll see about that.
Well, I use a saucer of beer myself.
Oh yeah? Get the little bleeders drunk.
And sometimes salt. 15 kilos mine weighed, and they only gave me second prize, because it was a bit green. 16 feet tall it was.
Yeah? Mine only reached 4 feet.
Must be the water. Well, I use a saucer of beer myself.
Oh yeah? Get the little bleeders drunk.
And sometimes salt. Hey, leave that alone. No one is allowed through.
But we're chasing a man who must have passed this way.
No one's been past here in weeks. Your friend must still be in the town, if he ever got here.
I wonder what property costs round here. I wonder if that church is worth a visit. Come on, Henri. We're going to church.
How exciting. Well worth delaying lunch for.
A fine church, this, Henri.
Wonderful.
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 Wonderful. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. I wonder who it belongs to.
There's someone out there. Find out who it is at once.
Someone's coming. Hide. We can't both hide behind the same pillar, you idiot. If you lost a bit of weight, we wouldn't have this trouble.
I'll make him pay for that later.
Our business here is ended.
Yes, Eminence.
Only one matter remains to be... Wait, I can see something wobbling behind that pillar.
Come out, you dog, or I'll kill you where you stand.
No! Mercy, monsieur!
What have we here? A Protestant rebel, perhaps? What have you to say for yourself, you cur?
Who are you?
Mind your manners, oaf. Don't you know who you're talking to?
I think we had just established that, Sergeant. Very well. Seeing as you are so ignorant, monsieur, I shall introduce myself. I'm Louis, Cardinal of Guise, Bishop of Troyes, Bishop of Albi, Abbot of...
No wonder there's so much unemployment. You have all the decent jobs.
Very amusing. Now, monsieur, since you have the advantage, you'll be good enough to tell me your name?
Very well. I am Geoffroy Lebrun, an ensign in the company of Captain Plainforce, the bravest of His Majesty's Musketeers, based in Rouen.
How fascinating. Now tell me, what brings you so far from Rouen?
I'm looking for a murderer who may have travelled this way.
Really? How awful. Who was the victim?
A nobleman called De Purpler.
De Purpler? But I know him well. How terrible. What makes you think his murderer is here in Saint-Quentin?
Actually, we think he is in Amiens.
Then you must get there at once. The Protestants must not succeed in their plans.
What makes you think De Purpler's killers were Protestants?
De Purpler's castle guards the road from Le Havre, which, as you know, is held by the English dogs.
Is this going to be a long history lesson?
Will you be quiet, Henri?
The Protestants plot the downfall of the king, and the English are helping them. Soon my brother the Duke will lead the attack on Le Havre. But if the Protestants control De Purpler's castle, they could block the attack and possibly even take Rouen. De Purpler was a loyal Frenchman, a true Catholic. He was bringing me his will, naming the church as his heir in case of his death. I will do anything to get it back.
I see. Excuse my ignorance, but your brother, who is he?
You stupid man. He is Francis, the Duke of Guise, the head of my family, leader of the Catholic forces, and the man who will single-handedly destroy the Huguenot rebels, the English, and all else who stand in the way of the triumph of a powerful Catholic France.
I thought I'd heard of him. What can I do to help?
If you find De Purpler's killer, you may find the will. Bring it to me in Paris. You will serve France and be greatly rewarded.
The best news I've heard all day.
How do you feel about all this, monsieur?
I'd like to help.
Good. France will owe you a great debt.
Good day, Your Eminence. I don't trust that man. I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. That must be worth a fortune, assuming you could ever find someone to buy it. Wow, it's heavy. I expect this is a mistake. I can't expect to get away with stealing from a church.
The church has altogether too much wealth. It's time it was distributed to the poor.
There's a candle still in it. Good job I blew it out. It's empty now.
Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
Are we going to get some dinner now?
Well, wasn't that interesting?
Fascinating, Master. Definitely food for thought. And speaking of food...
How long are your men gonna be outside?
We have to block the road to stop any rebels sneaking off to join their brothers in Holland.
But all your men are stopping is my trade. They haven't let anyone in all day. Except for this idiot poet. Will you shut up with that thing?
Where do you think you're going?
I just wanted to...
We've taken over this tavern. No musketeers allowed. Push off.
Charming.
Come on, let's go.
Aren't we even going to stay for supper?
These stables look familiar. Come on, Henri, we're leaving.
You lead an exciting life.
I know. Travel, romance, adventure. I don't know how I cope with it all. So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
We are going to Amiens.
Yes, Amiens. Here we are, Henri. Amiens.
I'm thrilled, Master.
Come on, Henri. Let's take a look around.
Again? I thought we'd had enough of Amiens to last us a lifetime.
Until we find the man in the blue cape, we can leave no stone unturned.
Ah, so now we're going grave robbing. Very nice.
Well, here we are, back in Amiens.
How lucky can we get?
I don't think I'll ever look like a monk, but I'll just borrow it for now.
I don't think that will work.
Puedo darme la había que disfrazar a Henry de monje, pero no me acuerdo cómo era.
Here, you'd better wear these. Slip over there and put this on.
Oh no, absolutely not, Master. I'm not wearing a dress.
It'll fit you better than me. Put it on, Henri.
Well?
Whoa! You startled me. Is it really you, Henri?
Of course.
Perfect. You look just the part.
It makes me itch.
Don't scratch. It's a filthy habit.
Oh, very funny.
You'd better put this on. Henri, go and see what you can do in the chapel. I'll keep a lookout from here.
Yes, Master.
It worked! At last!
There's nothing in here except this bell.
Well, ring it, you fool.
My, how the time has flown.
It is time for the next service.
That's got rid of them.
Who's there?
It is I, Ensign Geoffroy, and I have caught you at last, you murderer. Where did you hide the will?
There must be some mistake.
Oh, really? Then what's this then, eh?
It's my purple cloak.
Exact purple. I am very sorry, monsieur. I seem to have confused you with someone else. Good day. And now they're coming out again.
Any luck?
No, that's not our man. Henri, go and ring the bell again.
Certainly, Master. Up and down those stairs. I don't mind a bit.
My, another service?
They're so easily fooled. A monk's cell.
They need locking up, do they?
Mon Dieu, what is the meaning of this?
The meaning, monsieur, is to retrieve a will that you stole from Monsieur de Purple in Rouen.
Leave my goods alone. I know nothing of what you speak of.
Then you deny that you were seen leaving Rouen and at the inn on the La Rochelle road?
I came here from Grenoble, and I have been here for over a month.
You have?
Yes. Look there under my brown cloak. There is a letter from my wife.
That won't be necessary. I have done you a great wrong, monsieur. Please accept my humble apologies.
Your superior shall hear of this.
I see the service is finished. Now where's Henri?
Any luck?
Yes, but it's all bad. Henri, go and ring the bell again.
Certainly, master. Up and down those stairs. I don't mind a bit.
My, another service?
They're so easily fooled.
Who's there?
It is I, Geoffroy, and I have caught up with you at last. You shall pay, you dog. He's gone. I could get lucky and just find the will in his pocket, but then again, I've half a mind to steal his clothes, but the fiend is so skinny none of it will fit me. Wait a minute. It seems I was just in time. My quarry was almost fit enough to travel again. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. There's something not quite right about this. What's this? A rope made from sheets. This is where he made his escape, all right. I'll catch up with that villain eventually. I'll catch up with that villain eventually. This is where he made his escape, all right. Nothing under his pillow. Still warm. I'll look for clues. Nothing here. Nothing under his pillow. I knew it! There's something inside. At last, I found it! I'm such a hero, sometimes I scare myself.
It's the will of De Purpler. I'd better not. It's a private document. Besides, I don't understand that legal gobbledygook.
Espero que por aquí no haya nada más. Unas fuerzas.
Hang on a minute. What have we here? A letter. No idea who it's to, but it's signed by the Cardinal. It says the will is to be brought to him in St. Quentin. That's where my man was heading before he became sick. I'd better hang on to this.
It doesn't say who it was written to, but it tells them to bring De Purpler's will to St. Quentin.
I'll just find Henri and we can leave. Henri, I've got it!
Oh, very good, Master. Does that mean we can eat now? Are we leaving, Master?
Yes, come on.
I'd better get out of this habit and go with him.
Well, that's that villain taken care of.
And we found the will.
I know. I'm a genius.
Master, hey, wait for me! I wish I'd known we were leaving. I would have made up a picnic basket.
Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
Call again anytime.
I don't know how we'll keep away. So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to
St. Quentin?
Yes. These stables look familiar. Come on. Well, Henri, here we are, St. Quentin. Come on, Henri, we're going to church.
How exciting. Well worth delaying lunch for.
Fine church, this, Henri.
Wonderful,
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 wonderful. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. What a lot of writing there is carved on here.
It must be a regular column.
Hello? Anyone at home?
It appears the Cardinal has gone.
Hello? No one through here. The Cardinal must have left. Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
Are we going to get some dinner now?
Well, wasn't that interesting?
Fascinating, Master. Definitely food for thought. And speaking of food...
I wonder how deep this river is. I think I'll keep this. I might need it later. I think I'll keep this. I might need it later. I think I'll keep this. I might need it later. I think I'll keep this. I might need it later. Ornery, go down to the river and recover this. Oh look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river. Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim!
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Henri. It takes one to know one.
Vale, o sea, estamos hablando de melones.
What's this, lads? Having a picnic?
Get lost, Musketeer.
Pero se vuelve enseguida.
I see the army is just one big happy family, Master. Here's your melon back.
Joder, esto no me
Go
acordaba.
down to the river and recover this.
Esto tan absurdo de tirar el melón. Bueno, sí que te dan pistas y escuchar a los mosqueteros, pero bueno, a los soldados, pero no sé yo.
Oh look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river. Yet again! Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim!
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Henri. It takes one to know one. Come on, Henri. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside.
You'll be sorry you made us look like fools, monsieur.
I know. You were doing such a good job on your own.
Here's your melon back.
Hold it right there, monsieur. This tavern is off limits, especially to musketeers.
We'll see about that. Henri, go down to the river and recover this.
Me da a mí que este es uno de los bugs del juego. Simplemente tendrías que haber entrado y no has entrado.
Oh look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river. Yet again! Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim!
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Henri. It takes one to know one. Come on, Henri. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside.
Venga,
You'll be
entra.
sorry you made us look like fools, monsieur.
I know. You were doing such a good job on your own.
Entra.
Here's your melon back.
Te queda demasiado tiempo conversando.
Henri, go down to the river and recover this. Oh, look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river. Yet again! Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim.
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Henri. It takes one to know one. Come on, Henri. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside. Come on, Henri. Come on, Henri. It looks like our friends have changed their mind. Come on, Henri. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside.
You'll be sorry you made us look like fools, monsieur.
I know. You were doing such a good job on your own. Come on, Henri. Let's get something to eat.
Sounds good to me.
Haciendo clic, 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 clic. Al final consigo entrar.
He doesn't look very happy.
Would you be, if your tavern was this empty?
What's that chap up to?
He's looking at those cards, Master. Why don't you offer to give him a proper game? I'll help you cheat.
It's a mug. It's a lute. What's he doing, Henri?
He's just standing there writing.
What an extraordinary way to make a living.
My love is like a wed poppy. No, wed wine. No, this is hopeless.
Excuse me, may I speak with you?
Feel free. What can I do to help?
What is your name?
My name is Alexandre Dumas.
I am Geoffroy, an ensign in the Musketeers.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
What do you do, Monsieur Dumas?
Me? Well, I'm an artist of sorts. I hope to be a practicing bard.
If I were you, I'd keep practicing.
Perhaps you heard me playing just now.
What other talents do you have, Monsieur Dumas?
Well, I can dance a little. I'm learning to juggle, and I can turn my hand to poetry.
Could you teach me how to write poetry?
Teach you? A musketeer?
Could you sell me a poem? A young woman in Rouen has captured my heart, and I'd like to give her an expression of my regard.
Well, I do not believe that love can be bought, monsieur. I need inspiration, not money.
Perhaps, monsieur, your talents lie outside music.
Playing like that, his talents would be best outside the country.
You really think so?
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
The same goes for me. I hope we meet again sometime.
Bueno, dice inspiración. Yo era lo mejor.
This hanky belongs to my loved one.
Ah, this is perfect. Her color, her smell, the imprint of her beautiful lips.
Steady on, she's mine.
This is just what I need. Now, let me see. Here you are, and good luck.
Girls love this stuff. Juliet, flower of the night, your ears are something I could bite. Your neck is slender, like a perfect swan. Your eyes are pearls I love to gaze upon. Your arms are as delicate as a gazelle's. Your legs, well, you have two of them as well. But 'tis your lips that I desire, that fill me with a trembling fire. That mouth, so like an open rose. I just wish you'd keep it closed.
Ah, innkeeper.
Yes, monsieur?
What can you offer me to eat, landlord?
Well, we don't have a lot on today, seeing as I didn't think we'd have many customers.
Can I get something to drink here?
Well, I only have a little brandy left.
Who is that sitting by the fire?
His name is Alexander Dumas. Says he's some kind of entertainer. Frankly, having heard him play the lyre, I think he'd make a great shepherd.
What's going on here, landlord? Your tavern is deserted.
It's those soldiers outside. They won't let anyone in. You're the first customer I've had for hours.
Would you like me to see if I can get the soldiers moved?
Could you? If they would just let some of my regulars in, I would be very grateful.
I'll have the brandy.
Just wait till you try it.
Be careful, Master.
Wow!
I told you.
Is there any more?
Just one last bottle. That officer has drunk the rest of my stock.
Who's the officer at the table?
His name is Roland Deodorant. He's in charge of those ruffians outside.
Please give the officer the last bottle of brandy with my compliments.
At once, monsieur. This is from the Musketeer.
Cheers.
Thank you, innkeeper. That will be all.
Let me know if there's anything else you need, monsieur.
Excuse me, monsieur. Might I have a word?
Yes, of course.
How was that brandy?
Excellent, thank you. Won't you join me?
Don't mind if I do. What is your name, monsieur?
I am Captain Roland Odorant of the 4th Foot.
And this is Ensign Jeffroy of the Mucky Ear.
Can't you find something useful to do? What shall we drink to?
To the war, to the defeat of the Huguenots, and to the triumph of the true church.
At a guess, I'd say he was on the Catholic side.
Be silent, Henri! Salt!
Did you know that the famous Cardinal Guise is in Saint Quentin right now?
Where might I find the Cardinal?
The last I saw, he was heading for the church.
Look, could you do something for me in return?
Name it.
Could you speak to your men? Ask them to let the innkeeper's regulars in?
Consider it done.
Thanks. I see you have some cards.
Yes. They were confiscated from the lads outside. I was just checking them for marks. They use them to win fruit and veg from each other. Don't bother asking why.
Could I have a look at those cards?
Of course. Here. See the marks?
Oh, yes. Very clever.
Take that one as a precaution.
Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Anytime, old chap.
It's got funny marks on the back.
Looks like there's just the one table.
Perhaps the gentleman will let you sit with him.
It's blank. It's full. Ah, innkeeper.
Yes, monsieur?
Can I get something to drink here?
Sorry, I've nothing in stock.
Who's the officer at the table?
His name is Roland Deodorant. He's in charge of those ruffians outside.
What can you offer me to eat, landlord?
Well, we don't have a lot on today, seeing as I didn't think we'd have many customers.
Who is that sitting by the fire?
His name is Alexander Dumas. Says he's some kind of entertainer. Frankly, having heard him play the lyre, I think he'd make a great shepherd.
Thank you, innkeeper. That will be all.
Let me know if there's anything else you need, monsieur.
It doesn't smell like anything is cooking.
What? No food? Let's leave this dump.
I can't offer you a room, monsieur, as the officer has taken it.
Come on, Henri, we're leaving. If you'd be so kind, monsieur.
What? Oh, right. Sergeant, let these men through. But, sir, don't argue. Do it.
Thank you, monsieur.
Don't mention it.
Thank you, monsieur. You have saved my business. Take this small gift in token of my gratitude. It's a bit old and dusty. I've had it lying around for a while.
Come on, Henri.
It's so dusty. I can't read the label.
Come on, let's go.
Aren't we even going to stay for supper?
These stables look familiar. Come on, Henri, we're leaving.
You lead an exciting life.
I know. Travel, romance, adventure. I don't know how I cope with it all. So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
We're going back to Rouen?
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Come on, Henri, keep up.
I didn't expect the coach to drop us off outside town.
I don't suppose they expected you to try braining the driver with a stick.
He said I was smelly.
You can't escape from the truth, Henri. Anyway, come on. We're walking the rest of the way.
Que puede que fuera en esta parte donde el juego se bloquea.
What does it say on that sign, Henri?
It says, Paris, over 7,000 leagues.
What? That can't be right. Paris is just a couple of days' ride away.
Not if you follow the sign. Paris is in the other direction.
Go and read that notice for me, Henri.
Let me see. Whoa! Highwaymen! We're going to be robbed.
Don't be so dramatic, Henri. Look, you can see Rouen from here. No highwayman will work this close to the city.
He's going to shoot us.
Henri, will you be quiet?
Monsieur, stand and deliver.
Impressions now, is it? Well, let me tell you. Ah! What do you want?
What have you got?
Let me see. Mask, pistol, dressed all in black. You're a highwayman, aren't you?
Amazing. It was the stand and deliver bit that gave me away, wasn't it? Now, hand over your belongings.
Can I help you?
Maybe, but I'm quite happy to help myself. Now, let's talk. More robbery, if you don't mind.
I'll not be robbed by the likes of you.
Well, it's too late to find anyone else now, so I'll just have to rob your corpse.
Go on, shoot.
I cannot. It would be a dishonorable and cowardly act.
You don't have any bullets, do you?
Have you seen the price of lead? Scandalous! Steel, on the other hand, is very cheap.
Is all this violence strictly necessary?
En garde, monsieur!
You know, I don't often have to resort to this.
You should take up mugging.
Hey, you're good at this.
I wasn't always a highwayman, you know. I used to be a fencing instructor.
Now he tells me. Perhaps I've been a bit hasty here. After all, a little robbery can't hurt, can it?
Why are you giving up? You would have taken him easily, Master.
Easy for you to say.
Hola, buenas, Gebardi, gracias por la raid. Aunque vamos, justamente ahora lo iba a ir dejando.
You weren't to know this, but you couldn't hurt me. I have a lucky talisman hidden in my boot that keeps me from being...
Buenas y feliz Navidad, por cierto.
Anyway, now that the fighting is over, we can get back to straightforward robbery. What do you have that I might be interested in?
Vale, no me he dado cuenta de que me ha dicho. Dinero no tengo, así que...
Forget it. You're not palming any old junk off on me. I only want your valuables.
Decían que esto valía bastante dinero.
Forget it. You're not palming any old junk off on me. I only want your valuables. Forget it. You're not palming any old junk off on me. I only want your valuables.
Pues, hombre, puedo ir
Forget it.
probándolo
You're
todo.
not palming any old junk off on me. I only want your valuables.
You won't want this.
I will. No, give it here. Someone may pay to get this back.
But wait!
Don't argue. Hand it over. Thank you. Now, what about you, fat man?
Me?
Yes, let's see the color of your money.
But, oh, all right.
100 francs, a tidy sum.
How much? We'll talk about this later.
Well, I think I have finished now, so I'll bid you good day.
Well, now what?
Vale, he perdido todo el testamento.
Read me that notice again, will you, Henri?
What's the point? We know there are highwaymen on this road now.
Hola, buenas, amiga, ¿qué tal?
What does it say on that sign, Henri?
It says, Paris, over 7,000 leagues.
What? That can't be right. Paris is just a couple of days' ride away.
Not if you follow the sign. Paris is in the other direction.
Vale. Espero no dejarme aquí nada. Porque aquí sí que no podré volver. Si me dejo aquí algún ítem, adiós.
We could be in Rouen inside an hour.
Just in time for supper.
Home sweet home, eh, Henri?
Anywhere would be an improvement after a few days on the road with you, Master.
Whew, that forge sure throws out some heat. Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Just a moment, monsieur. Of course, monsieur.
Thank you for your help, Smith.
You're welcome, monsieur.
I wonder what the lads are up to today.
Hey, Geoffroy, what brings you here? What can I do for you?
When do we leave to fight the English?
When we're good and ready, Geoffroy. You're too eager.
But I'm ready now.
Unlike the lads in the 6th Regiment, eh?
Why? What happened to the lads in the 6th?
Didn't you hear? They were all robbed as they slept.
What did this robber look like?
Well, one of the lads woke just as he was leaving.
Yes?
And caught a quick glimpse.
Yes, yes?
And couldn't see him at all because he was dressed all in black.
Yes, yes, yes?
With a mask.
Aha! A mask! That must be my man. Where are the 6th? I must go there at once.
I don't know. I heard the story from the captain.
I must be going now.
Bueno, parece que voy a encontrar al ladrón
I
entonces.
need a word with the captain.
Con un poco de suerte.
Ensign Geoffroy reporting for duty, Captain.
Yes, we've done all that. What do you want?
I wondered if there was anything else you needed.
No, I'm fine now, thank you.
Captain, I need to ask you about something. Where are the 6th Regiment stationed?
Why, in Le Mans, of course.
I must go there at once.
Sorry, your pass is not valid.
Sir, I really must go to Le Mans.
Have you been practicing your target shooting recently?
But of course, sir.
Fine, then. Show me your marksmanship certificate, and I'll give you leave to go to Le Mans.
No problem, sir. Is there anything else for me, Captain?
Not for now, but I'm sure I'll think of something.
Please excuse me for now, Captain.
Of course, Geoffroy.
Vale, otra cosa que tengo
Permission to leave, Captain?
que conseguir.
Yes.
Go.
Certificado de tiro.
Let's go, Henri.
I was ready ages ago.
Que supongo que serán los mosqueteros.
Ha! What can I do for you?
When do we leave to fight the English?
When we're good and ready, Geoffroy. You're too eager.
I must be going now. There's nothing much in here, just some stores.
Any food, Master?
I don't
No.
think I know him.
No parece que sea esta gente.
Good day to you, monsieur.
Well, it's Ensign Geoffroy. Are you looking for some fencing practice? Have a word with Atoff. I'm sure he'll oblige.
Good day to you, monsieur.
Well, it's Ensign Geoffroy. Are you looking for some fencing practice? Have a word with Atoff. I'm sure he'll oblige.
Excuse me, may I speak with you, monsieur?
You must be Geoffroy's new ensign. I'm Atoff. Welcome to the Musketeers. Don't bother me now, though. I have to give these other gentlemen their fencing lessons.
Atoff, I need your help.
Come to join the practice? I'm just getting ready to start.
The captain tells me I must take the shooting test.
Of course. Take this gun and fire at the cathedral.
At the cathedral?
Yes? If the rebound hits one of those stupid souvenirs, the certificate is yours.
Tough test. I don't know if I hit one.
Go and have a look. And if you did, just bring back the bits.
Can I keep the gun?
No. That's the official regimental test gun.
Fair enough.
Vale, pero tengo una... Compré... un souvenir, así que supongo que si lo rompo yo de alguna forma...
Excuse me?
Hey, stupid. That's a dummy.
The Musketeers are over here.
They are? Oh, excuse me. I couldn't tell the difference.
He has a sharp wit.
I hope he realizes he also needs a sharp sword.
It's a target dummy for honing your fencing skills. En garde! Touché!
The boy's a killer.
Sure he is. Didn't you hear what happened in the Scalded Pig?
Touché! Well done, Geoffroy.
Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
So long, Ensign.
Pero tengo que probar el poema con
I wonder, does this road lead to
Juliet.
the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Rouen?
I believe so, Master.
It wouldn't do any harm to go to church once in a while.
Well, the wine's okay, but I've never really cared for those little biscuits.
Ah, what a beautiful building! It never fails to inspire me.
It's okay as cathedrals go, but why are we wasting time round here? Shouldn't you be doing some hero stuff by now?
What a mess! If the musketeers keep practicing, the entire shop will disappear. Hello?
Good day to you, my lord. How can I serve you?
Could I have a word with you?
But of course.
Don't you have anything else for sale other than these tacky plaster cathedrals?
Well, no, this is all the stock I have, on account of the fire damage.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Vale. Bien, como mirarlo de... Pero supongo que... A ver, voy a probar el martillo contra la maqueta. Ese.
It's much better this way.
Así con esto sirve, o si tengo que hacer alguna otra cosa.
Haha! Back at the tavern. To think you thought I needed a guide.
Hard to believe I was so foolish, isn't it?
Wonder what the lads are up to today.
Hey, Geoffroy, what brings you here?
Well done. Here's your certificate.
I'm a qualified musketeer.
I need a word with the captain. Ensign Geoffroy reporting for duty, Captain.
Yes, we've done all that. What do you want?
I wondered if there was anything else you needed.
No, I'm fine now, thank you.
Satisfied with my shooting now, sir?
Well done, young Geoffroy. I'll extend your pass. And instruct Monsieur Cole to provide you with transport.
Great. Permission to leave, Captain?
Yes. Go.
Vale, que puedo ir a Le Mans.
Let's go, Henri.
Y eso sí, lo voy a dejar ya por aquí, que son las 2:30 pasadas, las 20, y hay que ir ocupándose de la comida de Navidad. Contento porque el juego nos ha bloqueado en el evento este del salteador de caminos. O sea que en principio eso ya fue corregido con las actualizaciones de SCUM. Porque el juego viene a ser el mismo. O sea que lo que fallaba era el emulador, no el juego. Pero bueno, algo salvo. Así esta vez consigo terminar este juego. Pues nada, de nuevo, gracias a Leobardi por la raid y a la gente que se haya quedado de dicha raid. Pues bueno, a lo mejor esta tarde sigo transmitiendo esto o alguna otra cosilla, así consigo terminar esto antes de que terminen las Navidades. Conseguí terminar The Whispered War y terminar 2 aventuras gráficas en el mismo evento de Navidad, no estaría mal. Pero bueno, lo dicho, nos vemos en otro momento y feliz Navidad. Hasta luego.